This is Land of Havilah, Lamentations 2. In this chapter, oh, how God was angry with us and destroyed us without pity. Verse 1. How has the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger? He has cast the beauty of Israel down from heaven to the earth, and hasn't remembered his footstool in the day of his anger. The Lord has swallowed up all the dwellings of Jacob without pity. He has thrown down in his wrath the strongholds of the daughter of Judah. He has brought them down to the ground. He has profaned the kingdom and its princes. He has cut off all the horn of Israel in fierce anger. He has drawn back his right hand from before the enemy. He has burned up Jacob like a flaming fire which devours all around. He has bent his bow like an enemy. He has stood with his right hand as an adversary. He has killed all that were pleasant to the eye. In the tent of the daughter of Zion he has poured out his wrath like fire. The Lord has become as an enemy. He has swallowed up Israel. He has swallowed up all her palaces. He has destroyed his strongholds. He has multiplied mourning and lamentation in the daughter of Judah. Comment: This chapter and the entire book are a lamentation over Judah and Jerusalem, about them being destroyed in 586 BC. Verses 1 to 5 go something like this. In verse 1, oh, how the Lord was angry with us. He sent a violent storm cloud to destroy us. He used to consider us beautiful, but he became angry with us, cast us away, and put us out of his mind. In verse 2, the Lord has destroyed our homes and homeland without pity. He destroyed our fortified cities. He leveled them to the ground. Our once holy kingdom and honorable men are completely debased. In verse 3, the Lord in his anger has stripped us of all power. He used to restrain our enemies with his right hand, but he removed his hand of restraint and unleashed them on us. He consumed us as with a blazing fire all around. In verse 4, God bent the bow against us like an enemy. His right hand fought against us. He has killed handsome men and beautiful women and children. He poured out his wrath like fire inside Jerusalem, inside her very home. In verse 5, the Lord has become as an enemy. He has swallowed up Israel. He has swallowed up every fine home. He has destroyed the fortified cities. He has caused us to utterly mourn and lament. Verse 6, he has violently taken away his tabernacle as if it were of a garden. He has destroyed his place of assembly. Yahweh has caused solemn assembly and Sabbath to be forgotten in Zion. In the indignation of his anger he has despised the king and the priest. The Lord has cast off his altar. He has abhorred his sanctuary. He has given the walls of her palaces into the hand of the enemy. They have made a noise in Yahweh's house as in the day of a solemn assembly. Yahweh has purposed to destroy the wall of the daughter of Zion. He has stretched out the line. He has not withdrawn his hand from destroying. He has made the rampart and the wall lament. They languish together. Her gates have sunk into the ground. He has destroyed and broken her bars. Her king and her princes are among the nations where the law is not. Yes, her prophets find no vision from Yahweh. The elders of the daughter of Zion sit on the ground. They keep silence. They've cast up dust on their heads. They've clothed themselves with sackcloth. The virgins of Jerusalem hang down their heads to the ground. My eyes fail with tears. My heart is troubled. My liver is poured on the earth because of the destruction of the daughter of my people, because the young children and the infants swoon in the streets of the city. Comment: verses 6 to 11 are something like, he has violently destroyed his glorious temple as if it were nothing but a garden shed. Now we have no place to assemble in his presence. Holy assemblies are a thing of the past. The Sabbath day in Jerusalem is a thing of the past. He was indignant. In his anger he destroyed king and priest alike. In verse 7, he cast off the altar. He abhorred his temple. He let the enemy have it. They entered it and lifted up a great shout of triumph, as we used to lift up a noise there in worship. In verse 8, Yahweh made up his mind to destroy Jerusalem. It's not like it happened accidentally. He planned it. It was demolition by intention of every wall and rampart. To this day, every stone lies on the ground exactly where he threw them down. In verse 9, the gates of the city wall are destroyed. He destroyed their great iron hinges. All her great men now live in lands where the law of God is unheard of. The prophets keep hoping to receive a vision from the Lord, but get nothing. In verse 10, those who used to be the honored elders of the city are now sitting on the ground in a faraway forsaken land. They have nothing to say. They sit in the dust in silence. They pick up the dust and drop it on their heads. They clothe themselves with sackcloth. The young ladies, in what should be a joyous time of life, hang their heads to the ground. In verse 11, I can't see because my eyes are full of tears. My heart is crushed. My gut is in turmoil because my people are destroyed, because young children and babies starved to death and fainted in the streets. Regarding the children, verse 12, they ask their mothers, where is grain and wine? When they swoon as the wounded in the streets of the city, when their soul is poured out into their mother's bosom. What shall I testify to you? What shall I liken to you, daughter of Jerusalem? What shall I compare to you, that I may comfort you, virgin daughter of Zion? For your breach is as big as the sea. Who can heal you? Your prophets have seen false and foolish visions for you. They have not uncovered your iniquity to reverse your captivity, but have seen for you false revelations and causes of banishment. All that pass by clap their hands at you. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men called the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All your enemies have opened their mouth wide against you. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we've swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we looked for. We've found it. We've seen it. Comment verses 12 to 16 are something like, when the cities of Judah were under siege, the children asked their mothers, where's the food? All a mother could do was hold them in their laps until they breathed into her bosom one last time. In verse 13, what can I say to make it sink in, to make you understand what happened here? To what might I compare it? And how can anything be said to smooth it over, to bring even 1 ounce of comfort to it? The hole that's been ripped open in her is as big as the sea. How does that ever heal? In verse 14, your prophets saw false and foolish visions, and you believed them. Too bad they didn't call out your sin and call you to repentance, and none of this would have ever happened. But no, they fed you false revelations and told you things that caused you to be cast out. In verse 15, now that it's done, all who pass by clap their hands at you, which in your culture is a gesture of rebuke, Numbers 24:10, and other cultural gestures of rebuke. They hiss and wag their heads at you. They say, so this is the city that Psalm 48:2 calls the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? In verse 16, your enemies have grown the big mouth. They hate you to the point of hissing and gnashing their teeth. They say, we've completely destroyed her. This is the day we've been hoping for. Jerusalem finally got what was coming to her, and we're lucky enough to have seen it. Verse 17, Yahweh has done that which he planned. He has fulfilled his word that he commanded in the days of old. He has thrown down and has not pitied. He has caused the enemy to rejoice over you. He has exalted the horn of your adversaries. Their heart cried to the Lord, O wall of the daughter of Zion, let tears run down like a river day and night. Give yourself no relief. Don't let your eyes rest. Arise, cry out in the night at the beginning of the watches. Pour out your heart like water before the face of the Lord. Lift up your hands toward him for the life of your young children, who faint for hunger at the head of every street. Look, Yahweh, and see to whom you've done this. Should the women eat their offspring, the children that they held and bounced on their knees? Should the priest and the prophet be killed in the sanctuary of the Lord? The youth and the old man lie on the ground in the streets. My virgins and my young men have fallen by the sword. You've killed them in the day of your anger. You've slaughtered and not pitied. You've called, as in the day of a solemn assembly, my terrors on every side. There was no one that escaped or remained in the day of Yahweh's anger. My enemy has consumed those whom I have cared for and brought up. Comment, that's the end of the chapter. Verses 17 to 22 or something like, Yahweh planned it and followed through on it. He fulfilled his word. When he said in days of old he would destroy us if we didn't keep the covenant, he meant it. Leviticus 26:14 to 39. He destroyed us without pity. It didn't matter to him that our enemies rejoiced over us or that they overpowered us. He was the one who empowered them. In verse 18, a voice of narration says, "They cried out to the Lord from the heart. Let the tears of Jerusalem run down her walls like a river day and night. Don't stop mourning, Jerusalem. Don't let your eyes rest from weeping." In verse 19, "Get up in the night at the beginning of every watch and cry out. Pray to the Lord and pour your heart out to him. Lift up your hands to him and beg him to spare your children who faint on every street corner." In verse 20, "Yahweh, look and see to whom you did this. Should you send famine such that mothers eat their children? Should priest and prophet be killed even in the temple?" In verse 21, "Young and old lie dead in the streets. Young men and young women lie where they fell, thrust through with the sword. You killed them in the day of your anger. You slaughtered without pity. In your solemn resolve you called terror against us on every side. Because of your anger no one escaped or remained. Now you say, I've used my enemies to consume those I cared for and brought up." Lamentations 3 is next.